Right, ready? I'm ready. I'm ready now. Right, guys. No, not right. I hate saying that word.
I say it all the time.
Because I feel like I'm that guy off TikTok.
Right, guys.
Right, guys. Go to Aldi's or Lidl's. Go there quick. Grab that quick.
Just say my favourite saying. Wag one, G's.
Right. Wag one, G's. Welcome back to Luke Mode Podcast. Episode 32 of the podcast season 2 is kicking off. And we've got another fantastic episode to deliver today. And we are in obviously Snap Fitness once again. Can't get away from this place. I'm not even a member yet. But yeah, we are back. We have got a different story from a different person, obviously. This episode is going to be majority about weight loss. This woman here is incredibly lost over 60 kilos in a short amount of time, I would guess.
Like 5 years.
5 years. So look, anything can happen if you put your mind to it. So I'll pass the mics over to you, explain who you are and what you do here, and talk about your weight loss journey and hopefully inspire other people.
So yeah, Sarah, currently the manager here. I've done quite a few jobs,
Right.
but I think, this one I finally feel at home. Do you know what I mean? I feel comfortable. I think it has always been my calling to help other people. And obviously I became a personal trainer and online coach following my own journey. So it's the reason I'm here is because I've done the journey myself.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously it's not been easy, but it has been one of the best things I've sort of ever done. So
right.
Yeah, again, I said earlier, I feel like I'm on X Factor. I've got the sob story.
Yeah.
I'm like, before I see the judges, I'm like, let me tell you my sob story first. But it starts when I was really, really young. So when I was 6, sadly, my dad passed away. He died really, really quickly. So it was like sort of.
I'm sorry about that.
Within 24 hours, he passed from getting poorly. Really awkward timing. Thanks, Dad. He died on my mum's birthday. So as you can imagine, a bit of a rubbish, traumatic for any child sort of thing. But obviously because my mum was a single mum, she did anything that she could for us as kids, which a lot for us was food. Yeah. So what do your kids want for tea? Chicken nuggets and chips. Okay, no worries. Yeah. Get it sorted. But it was everything, anything we could eat was ours.
The cupboards were full, weren't they?
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. So it was like trying to spoil us almost to make up for like what had happened. Right. So obviously that was the point where I started to gain weight. And I was always a larger child, but then just did get larger and larger. Right. And then in 2019, I had some issues with my hormones, where one of them was basically like 100 times what it should have been. And they were like, we need to figure out why. So I went through like 6 months of tests, and eventually they did an MRI. And they were like, yeah, you've got 2 tumors on your pituitary gland, which is like the one right behind your eyes. And they basically said, if the tumor would have got much bigger, you would have started to lose your sight. But you wouldn't have really noticed it until it stopped about here.
Like tunnel vision.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have noticed because all my peripheral would have gone. So it would have been like an over time thing. So obviously a big, massive scare. But the hormone that is the issue has basically caused my body to think I've been pregnant from the age of like 10.
Wow, right, okay.
So obviously the main symptoms of that are weight gain, rubbish metabolism, hormone issues, mental health issues.
So it tricks your body?
Yeah.
Is it, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but is it a bit like contraception tablets? Like
similar to, so
I think my missus had this similar issue.
Yeah, the hormone it is called prolactin, which is the one that when you're pregnant, your body increases so that you can like breastfeed, so that your body is like ready for this child, the nutrients, whatever, stops you from having a period, all of this. But obviously then if you've got way too much of that in your body, your body just says, right, you're pregnant. So obviously weight gain, all of that. And so luckily they found it. And I've been on medication since the start of 2020. And that's like, then 2 years after that, I started going to the gym. So a combination of both, my body was finally like, oh my gosh, my metabolism is like able to do its thing now. So obviously naturally started to get better, whatever. And then just this year, they've started to decrease my medication just to see whether they can like stabilize it out. But obviously then that's not done the right thing. No. And it's gone back the other way. So my body's now reacting.
So you've been through well,
not exactly ideal.
No, but I want to obviously shout out to your mum as well. Yeah. Right, my mum was a single mum, so I won't speak about what happened, because yeah, like your mum, huge respect to your mum, honestly.
Yeah, massive. And like, she literally would never let us know that anything was wrong. Yeah. And that was the massive part
That's a
of it.
strong woman.
Yeah, and I've sort of always said, especially like with the situation, like on her birthday, like celebrating her birthday, but then also like her husband's died. Like, it's a massive, like the most bittersweet thing. And I didn't really understand it when I was younger. But now, if I can even be like 10% of the kind of mum that my mum is.
Got a good role model there.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
So, yeah, massively big shout out to her. So
that is, that's bizarre, isn't it? It's,
yeah, so a combination of those sort of is why I sort of got to the size I was. So when I was like 13, 14, 15, 16, I was like sitting at 140, 150 kilos. Now, obviously, I am tall and I am.
You are very
people
tall.
People say big bone, thanks.
She's very tall, by the way.
We'll stand up at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, the first time we met today, and it's a bit like, well, I thought you was a bit shorter, and yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but obviously, and so people are always like, you never looked that big, and like obviously my pictures I do look bigger when I like from my transformation things, but it's like I was 150 kilos, like was solid. Yeah. But obviously that then came with I was so lazy because everything I did just like wore me out. Didn't want to, like, if you asked me to walk from here to like Mackey's, I wouldn't have. Like I was so lazy and so just like unfit. But it got to the point where I got so uncomfortable that I was like, I cannot keep doing this.
Was it breathing and that, I guess? Yeah. Breathing, just motivation sort of.
Don't get me wrong, I tried to go to the gym like 5 or 6 times. Like I had a membership and I think I used it like twice a year and I was still paying for it because I just go do cardio or some type of like high intensity workout because that's what I thought made you lose weight. And then I go home and I go, yeah, I don't like that. And I just never go back. And so I got in that like habit.
That rut in it, that sort of.
And then I started going and being like, right, my goal is to be skinny. And I think that's where I went wrong. It's what so many people do. They're like, I need to lose weight. That's my focus. Just need to do cardio, get rid of it. And it wasn't until I finally picked up the weightlifting that I was like, that is how I do it. And within literally within 2 months, I was like, why was I not doing this before? Like, this has changed my life. And then, yeah, sort of lost the weight.
I think a lot of women are scared, aren't they, lifting weights in this sort of like generation as well. This past couple of years, it's sort of like, oh, I don't want to get too big, I don't want to get too muscular. But obviously, it helps a lot, doesn't it, with natural muscle growth, natural weight loss as well, lifting, a couple of dumbbells a week. Plus cardio obviously helps massively.
And the misconception is obviously people go, oh, I don't want to look bulky, oh, I don't want to grow too much muscle. But then they're like, but I want to lose fat. And I'm like, well, the only way really you're going to tone up is by building muscle. So therefore you do need to weight lift. It's not going to make you bulky because like, do you know how hard it is to get bulky? Do you know what I mean? Like I've been training for like nearly 4 years and I don't look like how I want to look. And I train like 4 or 5 times a week. So, Karen, who's coming in 2 times a week to do a little bit of like, Karen or Susan, sorry Karen's not Susan. Just come in like twice a week, do a little bit of weightlifting combined with their cardio. Notice such a difference. And it's like, that's the misconception that I'm trying to like help people get. So like with my online coaching, my thing is like strong, not skinny. And it's like building the strongest version of you. I don't want the slimmest version of you because actually that probably isn't what's best.
It's not healthy, probably, is it?
It's not about that scale on the scale weight because obviously there's so much that factors into that scale weight. So when you're stressed, when you don't sleep enough, that scale weight is not an accurate representation of your body, especially things like BMI. BMI is a load of bullshit.
Really?
And I say this to everyone.
Bullshit.
Like, BMI was created when cocaine was recommended as a sports supplement. So
I did not know that.
It makes no sense. And like, for example, for me, I think I still sit in the obese category. And because of my height and the amount of muscle mass I have, it then says you're obese. And I'm like, but I'm not.
You're not.
I've had people that, are very healthy weights that have looked at their BMI and they're like, well, I'm overweight. I'm like, but you're not. Because you have muscle.
Yeah.
That's why. And like the NHS, for example, will say to someone, you need to lose muscle so that you fit in a certain BMI. I don't want to lose muscle. Why would I ever want to do that? So so strong, not skinny has always been my thing.
I really like that. Is it a slogan?
Yeah.
I like that. I
just think it's like one of the most important things. Like, don't be scared to have muscle. And like, obviously I did start at the first being like, oh, I want to get as skinny as possible. And now I'm like, I want to be so muscly that like I can't sit down or fit for a door. Like that's my goal.
That's a good mindset. That's really good.
Just get as
good.
big as possible. Like prove what your body can do. Like it's fun. Lifting heavy is fun.
So next time you're on this podcast, you're gonna be like, Luke.
I'll be like, sorry, I can't sit down, Luke.
Yeah. Got to stand up, mate.
Massive, but yeah. So that is my slogan that I do with like my coaching and stuff. It's a lot about mindset as well. Because a lot of my like online coaching clients, I've done the online coaching for like nearly a year now, and a lot of them come to me and they're like, I want to do what you've done, and I'm like, okay, but you need to sometimes not look at the scale.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where like I've obviously had to eat a lot more to get the way I want to look, because it's like to grow muscle, to grow a bum, you need to eat more. So therefore, ignore what the scale says, because your fat's going down, your muscle's going up, but the scale's probably going to go up.
Probably your worst enemy, isn't it?
Focus on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like I've got a lot of clients who, if that number increases on the scale, that's their day ruined. That's their week ruined.
It's just like that, isn't it?
Literally.
Straight down.
It's like you see the number and ruined.
The ruined whole day. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but have you been to the gym 5 times this week? Yes. If you were to measure your muscle mass, do your genes fit differently? All those things, but because the scale weight says, oh, it's gone up, they then panic and they go, ruined it.
What's the point?
Yeah,
what's the point? Oh, I've got to give up and all that. But
so many of them I've like drilled in about like, you're building muscle. In fact, sometimes take the scale out. Let's do 4 weeks of no scale.
And how much it'll change.
Let's see from photos what you look like. Let's ignore the scale, pretend the number isn't even there. I don't want you to secretly weigh nothing.
You don't own a scale anymore.
Yeah, literally.
Like scales don't exist.
Tell me your arms don't look bigger in 4 weeks. Tell me your waist isn't smaller from measuring it in 8 weeks. The scale probably would say you'd stayed the same way you'd gained, but because you've done all that work, you've just not seen that number, you've kept going, because you can't say to yourself, oh, I've had a shit week.
Not if you've done all that. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, a lot of them do get discouraged when they've done so much, then step on the scale and it says up. And I'm like, yeah, but you've got to realise that isn't you gaining
water as well,
fat.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Water.
And obviously hormones with women.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
How much you sleep, how much you stress. If you've eaten too much salt the day before, all of that impacts what that scale says. So you can't use it as your be all and end all.
Yeah, because don't salt hold water.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So even if
I'm a bit smart.
I know science.
Yeah.
But like if you've eaten your calories for the day, it's not a case of, you know, tomorrow I'm going to gain weight and there's no reason for it. You could have literally just had like a bit more salt than usual, or you've used like a seasoning packet that's got a bit more salt in it. Your body's just going to hold that. So then the next day you're going to see an increase. It's literally just little things like that, and it's like that's what I hate, when you put so much emphasis on that scale. And don't get me wrong. So when I was like 15, I got signed up to Slimming World.
Right. Okay.
And I will die on the hill that Slimming World is evil.
I can probably. I don't want to vouch it is, but my partner. Yeah. I'll just get her in here now because she'll like this.
She's famous now.
But yeah, she was a large lady. But to me, she wasn't, right? Yeah. So, but for her, it got to a certain point, she was like, I've had enough, right? She's not very in the gym sort of savvy sort of woman, right? She don't really like it, to be honest. But Slimming World, I'll give them hats off to them a little bit, because she did lose 7.5 stone in about 2 years, I think. She got Woman of the Year as well. Hats off to her. She's got best. They do different competitions, but now she's out of it. She has gained a bit more weight, but she's happy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I think what you said just then, it can.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like I do.
It can be like you can. Like she felt a bit like when she left. I'm gonna say this now because she's left. She felt pressured. Come back. Where, like, Slim World has done their job. For her, it gave her a structure, it gave her a routine. Without me, you know, I don't, you know, it's up to her what she looks like. I love her whatever way she looks, to be honest. So, but with her, for her own mental health, she done incredible. Do you know what I mean? Another strong woman who I know as well. So, yeah, after that, it's just sort of let them follow the nest.
Yeah, because I think that's what I struggle with Slimming World is obviously the whole thing is you pay to get weighed and then you celebrate the number on the scale, which is great. If you've tried everything and you're still not seeing it, if that's what you need to hold you accountable, then fine. Like obviously I did it. I did lose weight through it for a bit. I was only 15, which is another thing. I don't think we should be having 15-year-olds in a weight loss program. Same with like Weight Watchers. They do like under 16 programs. That's ridiculous, in my opinion.
I didn't know that.
So with Slimming World, it would be like you'd go in and like I picked up the gym at one point, and obviously you gain muscle, so the weight goes up. So they were like, you sit down at the end and you have your blah blah blah.
Yeah, I've been to a couple.
Yeah, and so it's like, oh, well done, Susan. You've lost 2 pounds this week. Like, can you tell us what you did? And she was like, yeah, I had vomiting and diarrhea. That's celebrated because her scale weight's gone down. Sarah, why have you gained half a pound this week? Oh, because I started the gym and I've been gaining muscle. And they're like, oh, well, maybe do running instead. Like, I just think, and just the thing, them calling the bad points sins, I think is another, like, don't demonize. Like, so if you were to eat a banana, that's free.
That's free sins.
If you're to, no, like free as in like free.
Free
of everything.
Yes, it is.
If you were to mash up said banana, it's 5 sins.
Yeah. I've heard about this theory before.
And like an avocado, like in the gym world, an avocado is like a healthy fat, all good.
Yeah.
Have half an avocado, you're fine. If you had half an avocado in the Slimming World, it's 9 sins. Wow. So for a whole avocado, you're having 16 sins or whatever it is. Can't do math. 18, and you're only supposed to have 15 a day of your sins.
Yeah, that is.
I'm like, you can't. It's the demonizing food bit, because like for me, for example, I then came out of that with a really unhealthy relationship with food, because I was like, carbs are bad, I can't eat them. Dairy's bad, I can't eat that. You know, whereas I came out and I could have as much like pasta as I wanted.
Glad you said that. I was going to say that then. Yes, pasta, baked beans.
Yeah, literally everything. I could eat like probably 3,000 calories worth of pasta
and not have a sin.
I wasn't allowed to eat a slice of bread
or a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Was it or something about like bolognese sauce or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got obviously a whole book of it.
Yeah.
Probably still now, to be honest.
And I just think, I mean, calorie counting is the way to go. Calorie counting and macro tracking is the way to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, Slimming World's really good if you need someone to tell you like step by step what to do.
Yeah.
But if you can afford the whatever it is, £4.95 a week for Slimming World, get a coach, even if it's for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Because I think the tools that you can learn through a coach and through a plan is, indescribable.
I think my partner still uses like some of it nowadays. Do you know what I mean? But she's not as strict as she is, because, if we go out for a meal, she don't want to be like, oh, I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have this. But she does make sure she does like 10K steps a day. Mm-hmm. She has cut down on certain things still, but she still like not have a treat. But if she wants a Twix, I have a Twix.
This is what I say.
Do you know what I mean? And then
my online coaching clients is like, I eat chocolate every single day.
Right.
Because I know that if I don't eat chocolate, it's going to get to the end of the week and I'm going to be like, I need every piece of chocolate in this place.
What chocolate are we talking about there?
Well, have you ever tried Lindt dark sea salt chocolate? And if you haven't, game changer. If you think you don't like dark chocolate,
I do like dark chocolate.
Game changer.
I'm a bit of a, not connoisseur, but I'm a bit of a, I like anything dark chocolate, to be honest. Was it sea salt?
Sea salt.
Is it
blue
and white packet?
Yeah.
Is it like 85% dark chocolate? Is it one of them ones that it just?
I think it's called dark sea salt.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that.
But it's like, I didn't think I liked dark chocolate.
Should bring some in.
But I eat that every single day.
What 20 grams or do you?
Like 2 squares.
2 squares, yeah.
Every day, sometimes 4 if I'm feeling fancy.
Yeah, that's good.
If I need a treat,
Yeah.
But I say this all the time. I'm like, if you take things out of your diet, you then just crave them so badly that you're going to fall down, and you're not going to fall down just a little bit. You're not then going to have 2 squares of chocolate. You're going to eat an entire sharing pack of Cadbury's. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so I say this to my clients every single day. I'm like, if you are tracking your calories, just fit it in.
Yeah.
You can eat a Twix every day if you really want to. Like, one of my clients is going on a bodybuilding stage in November. Last year she lost like 20 kilos, and every day she was eating a Freddo. Bodybuilding
competition.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, you can eat a Freddo every day. If it's tracked and in your calories, you can eat a Freddo.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
They've gone a bit in price, but yeah, eat a Freddo.
Yeah. I was going to say, they are ridiculously expensive.
What are they now? I don't know, 80p probably.
Like 80p, they used to be like
80p, got a mortgage, 4 kids, and got his pay his way.
Inflation.
Inflation.
Yeah, it's like if you take it out of your diet, you're going to get to a point where you
Yeah.
fall off and it's just not going to go well. And then you go, oh, actually, that food was really nice. Let me just continue that for a little bit more
Yeah.
and a little bit
As
more.
long as you're putting in sort of like getting your steps in and obviously training as well, it's not like you're eating chocolate every day and not doing what you need to do sort of slightly. Is it earn it or?
Well, there's the common misconception that you need to earn everything you eat. You don't. Because just if you sat on this chair all day, depending on your body weight, height, etc., you'd burn about 1,600 calories just sitting there doing that. Just from your like body's cells regenerating, you are burning calories, if that makes sense. And then anything you do on top of that is obviously extra calories burn. Yeah. So sometimes people go ridiculously low calories. They go like 800 calories. Unless you're on preparing for a bodybuilding stage, you cannot do that because your body goes, oh, starvation mode. I'm going to hold on to every piece of energy and fat you put into me. And therefore, you gain weight. So it is a minefield, but you've got to sort of think as long as you're not putting in way more than you're burning a day, you should either maintain or if you're eating less, you will lose. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So if you're burning more, yeah. If you're burning more, you can. Yeah. Whatever the saying is, whatever the slogan is. But yeah, it is as simple as that. But obviously, then some people do go to like the extremes, and then they're doing way too much moving. They're burning so much, and then they're not eating enough. So their body just goes, "Well, hold on, I need all of this," and then you won't lose anything. And that's what I find a lot of the time with my clients that are like older ladies. That's often what's drilled into them. They're like, right, I need to go on this ridiculous like cabbage soup diet where I'm only eating 500 calories a day, and it might work for a very short period of time until your body realizes, wow, we can't do this, hit a plateau, and then all of a sudden you start eating again, shoots back on, and you're like, oh, where did this weight come from? Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, so yeah. Yeah, there was a milk one, and then there's the like cabbage soup one, which is literally cabbage soup like 3 times a day. But that being everything, it's like, yeah, I think it's like soup and shake is all you get like for a day. It's a lot of liquid and like yeah, okay, your body might at first drain a load of fat out, but your body's just flushing out. That's not sustainable. That's not how you've got to think about. Like they say to you, 5 portions of fruit and veg a day. Like there's a reason they say that. There's a reason they push like the nutrients and you need to eat protein because your body does sort of need it. Same as like obviously I won't talk too much on the weight loss injections, but I feel very strongly about them. Like, very strongly about like I feel very strongly about the Manjaro, Ozempic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if you are chronically obese and you cannot move and you are medically unfit, I think there is a case behind you to take it. However, that would be from a doctor, that would be prescribed. There are now places that you can go online to get the prescriptions. And for those, you send a photo or a video of your scale to this website, who then say, yes, you pass our things, whatever. However, I've seen TikToks of people holding weights on them and taking a picture of their scale so that the scale says they're heavier than they are, so that they can get these weight loss injections. One, ridiculously unhealthy. Like, I think the lady I saw was like 10 stone, but she wanted to be 8 stone. So therefore, she cheated the system to get this injection. Not good. Obviously, there's not enough research on them anyway. I've seen loads of cases recently about pancreatitis, about all this sort of thing, because you've got to think if a medication's not being used in theory for what it is for, your body is going to react probably differently to it. Because obviously, it's a diabetes medication, which stops like food signals, equals out sugar, affects your insulin production, etc. Which you don't really want to be putting into your body anyway. But obviously, a lot of people who go on the injections do see really quick losses, like really quick. You can lose like a couple of stone in a couple of weeks, but there's a lot of side effects. And obviously, one person sees one person do it and they say, oh, I want that. And they do it as well. Yes. So that's sort of the popularity. And obviously, because you can go online and request it from a over the counter thing. Yeah, 100%. If it's, yeah. And like I've had a couple of my like online clients come to me asking my opinion on it, and I've gone, absolutely not. And don't get me wrong, they're expensive. It's like £150 for one of those pens. That's like a month. My coaching is less than that a month. Let me put you on a diet, put you on a plan. Like I have a client that's only ever done home workouts and changed her diet a bit, and she's lost 23 kilos. Yes, okay, it took a bit longer than what would have done on a pen. She's done it and she's not lost all her muscle, because that's another thing. If you're just taking the pens, you get rid of all the fat, but you also lose muscle mass. I mean, you've got to think it is blocking the literal communications in your brain that you're hungry, which is a natural human thing. And so I know people that are on the pen who eat 3 bags of crisps a day and that's it. And for any normal person, that would be unhealthy. For someone on a medication that is impacting your body as well, and then you've got to think when you come off that pen, what's going to happen? You're going to have the worst relationship with food you have ever had. Yeah. Or the opposite, where you've gone, oh, I couldn't eat before, so I'm just not going to eat. But then obviously you're not on that pen, and all of a sudden you're going to have your body going, I need food, and your brain going, do you? Oh, you do. Oh, you don't. Like that readjustment to it, I think, would just mess someone up for a long time. And I would say if you've done the gym and you've had a personal trainer, think about why it didn't work. That's what I always say. It's like, yeah, and it's so people say I've tried everything, but have you? Because even as like a personal trainer, you can do an online coaching thing. Someone can check in with you every day. Someone can write you a meal plan. You can do macros. If you've tried, no one has ever tried everything. And this is the thing. It's like, obviously, it's harsh to call people out and say like some people are lazy for being on it. But I do think sometimes people have seen someone else do it quickly and they go, I want that, and just go on it. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And it's like your body could react so horribly to that. Like I was speaking to a guy a few weeks ago who said he had like constant diarrhea while he was on it. And I was like, why? Yes, okay, you're getting the weight loss that you've always wanted. That's not healthy. That's no way to live. So yeah, I'm not a fan. And yeah, I do sort of encourage people to be like, ask my opinion on it, because I will tell you. And I think obviously there's a frustration from me as well, because I've done the journey. Like I've lost 60 kilos naturally. Do you know what I mean? It's yeah, and so like you can see it. And so people say, oh, but I want to look like you, but I want to do it quickly. And I'm like, you can't. You can't put corners. No. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you want to do it healthily. So like we have a lot of people even in here who have been on the jab before, and they've come in and they've said, I've lost every bit of muscle. And I'm like, that's the part. You've lost all the fat, but you've lost everything. And so now they're coming in being like, I need to build a bum, I need my arms back, because all I've got is like loose skin now. I'm like, it's really hard, but because of the way you've done it, your body's just gone, push, it's all gone now. Yeah, it's all gone. And then it's like, so now you need to now work on rebuilding everything again. Whereas if you'd done it the way by gym, steps, eating higher protein, you could have done all this, maybe a bit slower, but you now wouldn't have done weight loss, muscle gain. You would have done both at the same time. It's what we call like body recomposition. Don't know if you've probably heard that a lot, where like the scale won't move a lot, but your muscle's going up, your body fat's going down. So you're literally changing the composition of your body. The scale just won't say it, which is sort of what I've done. Like I'm still heavy. I'm like 90 kilos, but me 90 kilos now compared to what I was last year, massive difference. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Tall. Giraffe Sarah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely got a story to tell. Do you know what I mean? Like you always see someone, and I am a very like outgoing, happy, bubbly personality, and I'm like obviously everything that I've been through has built me, and that's the hard part. Like I can have a chat with anyone about anything. Like I'm such an open book, which is I think why it's worked for me to be like a PT and like an online coach because I'm like you can come to me about anything. Like yeah, anything that you need. If I need to like, I've been there. If you're having those days where you're like, I can't do this anymore, trust me, I've been there like 20 times. I've done this whole, I can't do this anymore. I've given up and picked it back up and been like, I owe this to myself. That's the biggest part of it. It's like, I owe this to myself. I can't sit there complaining about the situation I'm in if I'm not doing anything about it. So let's fix it up. That's what I sort of just have to say to myself. It's like, motivation is gone, discipline is in, let's do it. Yeah. And that's a good thing. Obviously, a coach, when you have someone checking in with you once a week, it's like, right, how was your week? And you're like, ah, I had, you know, Chinese every night. I'll be like, okay, why? What's the reason for it? And next week, are you going to do the same? Because obviously, you're paying me to help you do this. So, do you want us to do this again? Because you're paying a lot of money for me to say, right, you've had Chinese every night this week. Are you doing the same again next week? Yeah, go for it. I'm not going to do that. I'm like, do you want this enough? And if you do something about it then. Like I do it in a nice way. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I obviously started. I was like, I feel uncomfortable, and then I was like, I'm gonna be uncomfortable forever if I don't do something about it. And I'm the only person that can do anything. And like, if you were to say, "Oh, Sarah, I don't like my situation," I'd be like, "Who's gonna change that? You." So are you going to do it? If not, don't complain about it then. Do you know what I mean? So I promise I'm nice. I promise. Yeah, like Jack, if you want this change, do it then. But it is especially when it's like your own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm sat there feeling like uncomfortable about my weight and I'm not doing anything about it, I can't just go and sit there and cry about the fact that I'm not doing anything about it. And it would be different if I'd gone out and tried everything and I was sat there and I'm like, why is it not working? Then I'd be like, okay, let's figure out what's happening behind the scenes. But it's when, you know, you've got that frustration. Why is nothing happening? Like, I can't do it. But then you are going home and eating like 2,000 extra calories a day. There is a reason for it. Let's pinpoint it and figure it out. Because that's a big secret eating is massive. Huge. Yeah. Yeah, and then they do like the thing where they're like surveillance them on their way, and they go and like pick up donuts on their way to work. Yeah, and it's like, and it is easy to do. We don't realize that it's like something we do, and then it's not until someone points out that you're like, okay, I actually can't complain about that because I am choosing to do that every single day, and I'm also lying to other people about it. That's the secret eating one. There was a guy I think that he was going every day on the way and back from work, picking up a donut each day. And his wife was like, "Why are you not losing weight?" And he was like, "I don't know. I'm doing everything." And then obviously it came out, and they were like 2 donuts a day, like or like 4 donuts. It was something. It was something big. But then he was like, "Oh, maybe it's that." But it is that. Yeah, you did know that. But what like it almost takes someone to call you out on it for to be like, actually, yeah, that's not the best idea for me. Otherwise, I can't complain about it because I am eating like 14 donuts a week. Yeah, not even like calories wise, just sugar. You know, if we're eating too much of that as well, also not good. So your body's just gonna, yeah, yeah, get all your macros. And it's like it's easy enough to figure out your macros. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. So macros basically stands is macronutrients. So it's in theory what your body should intake per day based on like your build and your composition and how your body works per day, like how much your muscle is working, how much your energy is being used, etc. And based on that, you figure out your macros. So, for example, obviously, what I say to people is 2 steps: go online and search up the TDEE calculator. So write this down, guys. The the TDEE calculator is your total daily expenditure. So that basically works out based on your weight, height, activity level, roughly what your body is working per day without doing anything. Find out that number, and in theory, if you eat that number, you would maintain. Yeah? Then go on to another tab and put in macro calculator. And in there, put the same info that you've just put into the TDE calculator, and it will then tell you what they think based on your body composition. And you basically put in whether you'd like to lose weight, gain weight, maintain. And on that, it will then break it down for you. It will say how many calories, how much protein, how many carbs, how much sugar, how much fat you should be consuming a day. Obviously, those aren't 100%. There is a lot of other ways, which is what like PTs and coaches do. But it's like a guidelines, basically saying if you want to achieve a 0.5 kilo weight loss a week, you need to be eating X amount of calories. That percent of it is going to be protein, that much of it is going to be carbs, that much is going to be fat. And obviously you say like how active you are. So if you were to say, oh, I'm never active, they would change the calories accordingly. You still on?
I'm still on. Hopefully, he's still on?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically see your calories for the day.
I'm back. Smart.
But yeah, it will break it down for you. And obviously that is a guideline. So my biggest advice is go to a PT and have a consultation or have a chat. But if you need to do it by yourself, go and have a look on those websites. The TDE calculator, which is like the basics, what your body burns without doing anything. And then the macro calculator, which can kind of break it down for you. And I think those ones are called like tdeecalculator.net or like macrocalculator.net. Mm-hmm. I think it's like always been around, but there was a lot of focus before on like if you were doing like a bodybuilding program or a personal training program, you'd get a meal plan, and that meal plan would have everything worked out for you. It would tell you at X time you're going to eat X, 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 and it's going to have this many calories, this much protein, etc. And it's not until people have sort of moved away from the meal plan thing and gone to a macro plan where your coach will just tell you, right, you have this many calories to work with, you need to eat this much protein, this much carbs, and then it's on you to like work out what fits in with those, which is the more relaxed way of doing it. A lot of people choose to do that because then they can obviously like eat more calories one day, save them up for another day instead of eating the same meals every day. I prefer the same meals every day because I'm boring. Yeah. You're still on. Yeah, I'm just boring, so I like being told what to eat when. Did
Voice anyway on the phone.
you're a lot quieter than me.
Hello. Hello. If not,
He's gonna have to talk a lot louder now.
hello. Hello.
It's not looking good, Brev. Share it.
Hello. Right. Hopefully, mic's turned off. Right. Things happen.
Did.
Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Sarah talking most of it. You probably won't hear me on this.
You just be a mouth moving for the
I'll
whole
just be
thing.
a mouth moving. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll drop Sarah's links in the description. Great guest. Any issues or you want to join up, she'll get back to you. We've got loads of awesome equipment here. Sauna, spin bikes, a studio downstairs. It's just good vibes. So
Great staff.
Obviously, great staff. The best PT is Owen.
Shout out.
So yeah, that is all we've talked about today. Bob's as well. Yeah, she's been awesome. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you at the next one. Hopefully, you've caught me on there. If not, it will just be like sign language.
just have to do it afterwards.
Yes.
I'll just speak over it, be like, what did I say then? What did I say?
I think they've heard you.
Put a little thing in saying technical difficulties. Didn't want to hear Luke anyway. I told you it's the Sarah show. Just title it the Sarah show.